tell you guys, it had bothered me for a long, long time. How in the world did all of us kids, from the oldest one down to me and Bill, how did we get nicknames like we've all got? Some of the dadgummest nicknames you ever heard in your life. Nothing compared to what our names.
Tell them each one of their names, so they know, because some might not know.
Well, now Garnet, the oldest one, he didn't get a nickname. But Ike's name was Samuel Travis. He ended up being Ike. Evelyn's name was Evelyn Bessie. She ended up being Eb. Erma was Erma Catherine. She ended up being Cap. I'll tell you the reason why. And Mary, her name was Mary Alberta. And she ended up being Shane. Maddie Crow was Maddie Lou. She ended up being Doc Crow. Margie's name was Margie Delphia. She ended up being Marge. But mine come along. Joe's was Lois Jeanette. She ended up being Joanna. And then I told you Margie. Then mine was supposed to be Doris Lee. Ended up being Jot, J-O-T. Clyde Harris died calling me Jot. She's 80 years.
Uncle Bill?
Bill, we used to call him Sweet William. Margie and I did. He chased us over half of Rusk County whooping us. That wasn't his name, but somewhere down the years, I thought that his name was Eugene, but it wasn't. His name was Billy Jean, but he ended up being Bill. And Don, his name was just Roy T, is all I ever remember hearing about his. And he wore a dime with a hole in his neck. The reason he got the nickname Dime. And Jim was named Luther. And he ended up being Jim. And I guess did I miss anybody? But anyway, I worried and worried. Who done that to us? How did we all get them foolish nicknames? Come to find out, Aunt Erma was the culprit. She wanted to be captain of the whole kids. She was. She ran the whole bunch. Huh?
Fuzzy Lou.
Yeah.
We'll start with the first generation.
She even nicknamed her little girl, which her name was Frances Yvonne. She nicknamed her Oz. And usually she'd call her the most outlandish name. But she was the culprit. I finally found out here a month or so ago that she was the one that done it. But she always wanted to run the kids, you know, be boss. So they called her Captain. And she ended up being Cap. And that was how we all got these bad names. But briefly, on this blackjack papers,